Hello, welcome to natemareflix. I am Nate, you are you, and 2020 is done for.
Go home, smell you later!
Of course, that means we have to look back and determine what were the best films and the worst films of the year. Now, if you want to see the worst films, go ahead and subscribe. That video is coming out later this week, but today we're going to stay positive. We are going to look back at 2020, and I'm going to give to you my favorite horror films of the year. First up is a captivating thriller entitled Run. Now, I don't associate Hulu with great horrors or thrillers, but maybe that will change if they keep acquiring films like Run. Run is the latest thriller to take on Munchausen syndrome by proxy, and wow, does it do it to great effect. You'd expect being in on evil mother Sarah Paulson's true intentions would rob the film of any true drama, but you'd be wrong. This one is constantly ratcheting up the tension and compounding problems. It pulled me in and never relinquished its grasp. And horror fans will love going through this movie with a fine-tooth comb, just picking out all the different Stephen King Easter eggs. Off the top of my head, I recall references to Carrie, It, and Misery. Guys, always feel like you can come to me with film suggestions because that's exactly what subscriber Guitarist did with The Dark and the Wicked, and I ended up loving this film. This film focuses on an adult pair of siblings who return to the isolated family ranch because their father is dying. A palpable darkness permeates the cold setting and dread abounds. Brian Bertino truly crafted a horror film that thrives on the terror of anticipation. This movie just feels dark, ominous, and even dangerous, overpowering your sense of security. Safe to say, I had goose flesh almost the entire runtime. This is definitely one of the darker films of 2020, and you get a lot of points with me that way. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video. Look, if you would subscribe, it would greatly help me out. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and your click would really just mean so much to me. I would greatly appreciate it. That's all I wanted to say. All right, now back to the list. At number 3 is The Invisible Man. Leigh Whannell has resurrected the Universal monsters, and I thought for sure Tom Cruise and co had delivered them a decisive death blow. I've watched this one a couple times now and foresee more rewatches ahead. The characters feel like true humans and earn not just your attention, but your interest and empathy. Some fine camera work creates amazing atmosphere, great tension, and engrossing interactions. For a small budget, the special effects are pretty damn solid too. This is a movie that packs a message properly. There is subtext, but no preaching or ham-fist to be found. Number 2 is Unhinged, and a lot of you are probably rolling your eyes and scoffing at me right now, and that is fine. If you wanted to be like, Nate, there's so many logical fallacies within that movie is dumb, I won't really argue that with you. I just want to say this movie harkens back to an era of action-packed thrillers that we don't really get anymore, and I love this joyride of a film. From the word go, this thing did not slow down. If you want an actor who can pull off psychopathic rage, you get Russell Crowe. And if you want a non-stop high-octane thriller with a staggering body count, you get Unhinged. This one is all about Russell Crowe being mad against the world, particularly the female half of the world, and he just happens to have this encounter with a mother and son at a red light, and his road rage then sees him follow them all across town and just laying waste to everybody who gets in his way. It really does feel like a slasher film and a big old jacked up diesel-fueled F-150. And number 1, my favorite horror film of 2020, it is The Lodge. If you enjoy horror movies that don't care about your sensibilities or mental health, hey, maybe check out The Lodge. This one sees 2 children get stuck in a winter lodge with dad's new girlfriend. They hate her plenty, and that's before they begin digging into her alarming past. Soon, all sorts of twists and turns will be underway as whatever malice that could be conjured by man, woman, or child is issued a devastating effect. The film's wintry landscape creates an uneasy and unshakable sense of isolation, claustrophobia, and hopelessness. The setting and power of this film evoke thoughts of The Thing and The Shining. High praise, but earned praise. If you want to see a man shaken to his core, check out my vlog review for The Lodge. The Lodge is without a doubt the greatest horror film that I took in this last year. It had me shaken, it had me shook up, it felt like a callback to Hereditary, and it just seemed to take the floor and pull it out from underneath you and to rip your heart out and show it to you. When I walked out of the theater, 2 women were like, I'm not picking the movie anymore. I'm so sorry I put you through that. And another was like, what the hell did we just watch? That's the kind of dark power residing in The Lodge. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 horror films of 2020. I hope you enjoyed this list, and be sure to comment your favorites below. Let me know what I missed, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out when I give you my 5 worst horror films of 2020. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm Nate for natemareflix saying that's a wrap.